Libras, you're done fighting. You're done having to just push back against everyone, having to fight the same battles over and over and over again. I think just once you give yourself permission to tell everyone to fuck off, you're going to be so much happier, okay? Welcome to your Gemini season Tarotscope. The reason why I feel like you're just done fighting Libras or you're just exhausted, the image that I was getting when channeling for you, it's like you were having this big shield and you were pushing against all these people and they were just pushing back and you're just so tired and just like sweat pouring down you. And then it was almost as if this light was just coming from within. You just literally just blasted them all off, dropped the shield, and then you just flicked your hair and walked right past them. It's like you don't need to keep defending yourself or having to fighting for your dreams or just having to explain yourself. All these people probably are just projecting their own fears and insecurities and knowing that you're about to succeed or something's going to be coming in really quick. Also, I feel like some of you might be drawing in love or just more attention, more notoriety. It's a vibe. Like it just flashed to you sitting on a car overlooking the beach and like in a really cute like striped kind of like 50s bikini with like this huge hat, cat eye sunglasses. It was definitely a vibe and aesthetic, as Libras do. And then you're just like eating ice cream and I was like, okay, like maybe they need to go to the beach and just be in that kind of tranquil, serene vibe. But then these like group of guys came by and just kind of looked over and smiled, and you're like, I know, like you didn't need anyone, but I think a lot of people are going to be giving you attention or there's going to be a lot of offers. So be open to that. And so it may be love or it might just be attention from new clients or different followers or what you're wanting to break into. I think if you just give yourself that permission mentally and spiritually, you won't have to keep going around this same circle over and over and again, having to defend yourself or feeling like you're on edge. And I do think that'll come up later, to just be aware and intuitive of certain people around you not wishing the best for you, or you already knowing you're gonna have to let go of some of these energetic contracts, so they're just not serving you, okay? I do want to reiterate though, your very first card, the High Priestess, I mean, right out of the gate, this card is one of spiritual protection. So if you're feeling heavy or tired or just drained and depleted, as if you're doing everything on your own, as if no one can understand all the work and effort you're putting forward, lean back on your spiritual practice, Libras, and really take that seriously. Your guides, angels, everyone is wanting to support you, but you have to ask for help. You need to do that work right now, instead of just fighting and holding them off and having this energy push back on you so fiercely. And the kind of the energy, like I said, to just have discernment is because we do have that Seven of Swords. And I'm going to pull a clarity card around this, but with the Seven of Swords, are there people being sneaky and shady and trying to go behind your back to manipulate or sabotage you? And also, Libras, you need to ask yourself if you're the one who's feeling like you have to defend yourself because maybe you are doing something that's not ethical, or you're trying to play the field on both ends, or having your cake and eat it too and not the best light. I just want you to ask yourself, and if you are attracting people who are manipulative or trying to use you, what beliefs or energies or just past relationships that have caused trauma in that way is the reason for this? Because we have another great card coming up, but we want to make sure that if there is this mysterious, devious energy around you, that we're nipping it in the bud now, that you can trust your intuition, trust your guides. And this can even be too, which is just coming in now, if you've lost a gig or a contract or something that you really want and you're just like, why this just seems so perfect, like why am I being punished, why do I have to keep working so hard? You're not being punished. Potentially that gig or that relationship was never good for you, or they weren't telling you the whole truth, and your team is really trying to protect you. So don't keep fighting for something when your guides are just trying to protect you right now, Libras, okay? But I am going to pull a card just to clarify the Seven of Swords to see what specifically we can watch. And just running away as well, a big energy with that Seven of Swords. Ask yourself if you're running away from your dreams or running away from something you've worked so hard for, and you're like, I'm done. I just feel like I'm going to throw everything on the ground and leave it. You don't need to be running away. And if that overwhelm is coming, Ask yourself what's causing it or who might be gaslighting or projecting onto you right now, okay? So let's just see. Clarity card, please, for the Seven of Swords. Yeah, it was kind of like this dominant masculine energy. So it doesn't have to be a man per se. It can be a female or an individual that has that more masculine authoritative energy, but they're holding your mouth, Libra. So if you're feeling like you're being silenced or you can't speak your truth, this is what I want you to pay attention to. And it's interesting, the cards, I only meant to pull one, but two slid forward. We have the 10 of Wands and the Death card. So that 10 of Wands, again, representing exhaustion, working so hard as if nothing is going to be working out in your favor. This is a time to pause. And that may also be the connecting energy too of just wanting to run away because it's so exhausting and like nothing's ever going to change. But with the Death card, you're really at the precipice of a brand new change, of everything falling into place. It could, of course, be a Scorpio that's causing some of this deceptive or draining energy, so keep your eyes out for that. It also obviously could be a Scorpio that can help you out of this, but I think that you just have to keep open, that if that Scorpio dominant energy is something that you're feeling that you can't trust, potentially let it go, or just in general, you're going through a complete transformation, Libras. And the last card in this initial spread, the Queen of Wands. And I mean, this is a boss energy and only focusing on things, Libra, that make you happy, that make you joyful, that make you wanting to take on the world. And there was a big energy here with Leos, with the sunflower, the black cat. And so even if we're looking for timing, that potentially Leo season is when you can start to see this brand new death and rebirth. And of course, just with all the astrology that's going on, we're going to be having the eclipses May 26th, June 10th. Mercury goes retrograde May 29th until June 22nd. Of course, it's nothing to freak out about with the retrogrades. It's a time to slow down and to really, so far for you, Libras, to assess who is on your side, who isn't, and who you don't have to keep fighting against. And even those demons per se, or people that you meant to fight against, it could just be all in here, your own belief systems fighting against you, or your own ego pushing back on you. And once you just decide to let go of that fight and that struggle, you get to be in a really powerful place. You just get to enjoy it and asking yourself, what is fun? What is passionate? What is pleasurable? These are all things that I want you to note, especially because we just had Jupiter move into Pisces, which is a vibe for the entire collective to really emphasize creativity, sensuality, spirituality. We had the High Priestess really asking you to draw on your spiritual side and your practices right now. And we have Venus in Gemini until June 2nd. So of course, with Libra also being an air energy, having the Sun in Gemini, Mercury, retrograde or not, and Venus there until June 2nd. That's so many benevolent air-based planets that are going to be trining your Libra placements. So again, this is all really great energy for you to work with on the astrological side of things. And then with the eclipses, those are going to be affecting everyone. So just be aware of that, especially if you are one that has a a Sagittarius rising or moon, or sun, if you were watching this and you're a Libra rising or moon, that those Sag placements are really going through it right now in terms of releasing and purging, with the South Node currently transiting in Sagittarius. So be aware of that. And we're focusing on what's making you happy and pleasurable and excited, and even potentially a Leo that could aid in that pleasure and fun, of course. And I mean, I understand that wands represent all fire energy, but I always like to think of the Queen of Wands of really having that powerful lioness energy. So let's see what else is coming through for Libras. What else do Libras need to know for this Gemini season? Yeah, it was cute. You were like reading this book. Oh, yes. You were reading a book, Libras, and you were just relaxing. It was kind of like that snooze kind of emoji, like that anime energy. And then a hummingbird was just like outside your window, almost like watching over you and protecting you. So if some of you have a hummingbird as your spirit guide or a spirit animal that you connect with, it's like, again, going back to that high priestess, your guides and these energies are protecting you at all times. They're making sure that you're in the right avenues and around the right people to help you move forward in a very great way. Okay, so next card, Ace of Swords, but we have the Ace of Swords right next to the Tower. So don't be alarmed with the Tower, Libras. Like I said, this eclipse season is going to be affecting everyone. If you want a little bit of clarity on maybe how this is affecting you specifically, think back to where you were at the end of November through till Christmas, approximately last year, because that was really the time when we were experiencing the eclipses in the same axis. And so 6 months later, some of those similar themes may be coming to light. And with the Ace of Swords, you may be getting certain downloads that act as an aha moment or extreme clarity, but that means that your whole world may be turned upside down, or you're really being asked by your guides to go in a certain direction, and it's so crystal clear, but that might mean that everything that you thought you knew is going to be thrown out the window, or certain people that you've committed such a long time to are no longer going to be in your life. And I really want you to trust that, Libras, especially if it just is so crystal clear. There might, of course, be doubt or that you don't want to do it. But the last card that we have after the Tower, Nine of Pentacles. If some of you are really wanting that financial abundance and peace and clarity, it does seem that there is going to have to be some release and purging of energy and probably relationships to move you in the right direction. Or if it seems like you're not making any progress and there's a very clear idea on what to do next, trust that. Even if it doesn't make sense right now, even if you don't see immediate results, some of you might already even know what that means, and you're just delaying that because it is potentially going to be a lot of work, or you might feel like people are going to be hurt and that's going to be upsetting to you because you don't want to hurt their feelings and you want to make sure everyone still likes you. You can either stay stuck in this energy, Libras, of just spinning your tires in the mud and not going anywhere, or you can trust the process, trust these downloads, knowing that your guides are protecting you to move you to this, being that hot number in a cute bikini, eating ice cream on a beach and getting attention from those who you want to now interact with. It's your choice. You can either fight so hard and move nowhere, or be eating ice cream on a beach. Trust in the work, trust in these downloads, and trust that your guides have your best interest at heart, okay? So that is my general reading for you. If you want even more clarity, you can watch the Tarotscope that represents your rising sign or your moon sign. Currently, I'm fully booked for one-on-one readings until the end of June, but if you want to be on my waiting list, just go to my website under the Contact Us and fill out a message, and then I can add you to the wait list if you'd like. If this reading resonated and you want to leave a thank you, all donations are always appreciated. The link for that can be found in my bio. And please be sure to tag a fellow Libra who could also benefit from this message, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.